Carlos Hathcock, legendary Marine sniper. Carlos Hathcock, born in Arkansas, enlisted in the Marines at just 17 years old. His exceptional marksmanship was recognized early on. He won the prestigious Wimbledon Cup for long-distance shooting in 1965 at the age of 23. Initially, his considerable sniping talent was underutilized as he served as a military policeman during the Vietnam War. However, his aptitude for shooting was soon noticed, leading to his reassignment as a sniper. In 1967, Hathcock established a world record for long-range sniping, successfully hitting a Viet Cong operative at an astonishing distance of 2,500 yards, nearly a mile and a half. This record stood unbroken for 35 years. He earned the nickname White Feather because he habitually wore a white feather on his hat. Hathcock was renowned for his incredible patience and ability to remain motionless for days while tracking his targets. He was credited with eliminating the Apache Woman, a notorious Viet Cong platoon leader known for her exceptionally brutal torture of U.S. Marines. As his confirmed kill count grew, the enemy placed a bounty of $30,000 on his head, the highest ever offered for a U.S. sniper during the war. Despite numerous attempts to claim this bounty by confronting him, all of those who challenged him met their end. In a memorable sniper duel, Hathcock faced an elite enemy sniper known as Cobra. Hathcock spotted the glint from Cobra's scope and, in a remarkable feat of skill, fired a shot directly through the enemy sniper's scope, killing him instantly. Hathcock admitted that he had only been marginally faster than his opponent, making this one of his closest calls on the field. Hathcock also grappled with moral dilemmas. On one occasion, he was tasked with targeting a 12-year-old Viet Cong operative carrying weapons and ammunition. He was initially reluctant and fired a warning shot, but the young boy did not desist. Consequently, Hathcock was forced to eliminate him, an experience that deeply haunted him for years. In 1969, the amphibious armored vehicle Hathcock was traveling in struck a landmine. In a heroic act, he sustained severe burns while heroically rescuing his fellow Marines from the burning vehicle. After recovering from his injuries, Hathcock played a crucial role in establishing the Marine Corps Sniper School. However, he was later diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which necessitated his retirement. Carlos Hathcock passed away at the age of 57 in 1999, having achieved 93 confirmed kills. Chuck Mawhinney, a Marine sniper's untold story. Chuck Mawhinney stands as one of the most lethal snipers in Marine Corps history. His record includes a staggering 103 confirmed kills and an additional 216 probable kills during his service in the Vietnam War. A notable instance occurred on Valentine's Day in 1969 when Mawhinney encountered an enemy platoon and eliminated 16 NVA soldiers with precision headshots. Mawhinney was known for his exceptional accuracy, reportedly missing only one shot throughout his career. This occurred after a gunsmith had serviced his rifle, assuring him that no alterations had been made. Mawhinney spotted an enemy soldier at a distance of just 885 feet, a range at which he was typically deadly. However, he missed several shots, allowing the soldier to escape. This incident deeply affected him as he feared the soldier might later inflict harm on other Marines. Following his service in the Vietnam War, Mawhinney returned to the United States and led a relatively ordinary life. He kept his experiences as a sniper a secret, even from his wife, until fellow sniper and author Joseph Ward revealed them in his 1991 book, Dear Mom, A Sniper's Vietnam. Chuck Mawhinney passed away on February 12, 2024, at the age of 75. Chris Kyle, the legacy of a Navy SEAL. Chris Kyle was an American Navy SEAL who completed 4 tours of duty during the Iraq War and is regarded as the most lethal sniper in United States military history, with a confirmed record of 160 kills. His father began teaching him how to shoot at the young age of 8. After enlisting in the Navy SEALs, Kyle was deployed to Iraq in 2003, where he participated in several of the war's most pivotal engagements, including the Second Battle of Fallujah and the Battle of Ramadi. He was especially noted for his remarkable accuracy and composure in high-stress situations. He reportedly eliminated an insurgent from a distance of 2,100 yards, achieving one of the longest recorded sniper shots. Kyle often confronted agonizing decisions such as determining whether to engage individuals who appeared to be civilians but potentially posed a threat as disguised suicide bombers. Following his departure from the Navy in 2009, after receiving numerous medals for his bravery in combat, Kyle Kyle penned a best-selling autobiography titled American Sniper, detailing his experiences in Iraq. However, the book generated some controversy, with critics accusing Kyle of romanticizing war. In 2014, a film adaptation of American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Bradley Cooper, was released to wide acclaim. Tragically, Kyle did not live to see the film inspired by his life. In 2013, he was fatally shot by a former Marine suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder at the young age of 38. Vasily Zaitsev, from clerk to legendary sniper. Vasily Zaitsev began his career as a clerk in the Soviet Navy. However, with the outbreak of war against Nazi Germany, he volunteered for frontline service and joined the army. Due to his exceptional marksmanship skills, he was quickly reassigned to a sniper role. During the Battle of Stalingrad, Zaitsev demonstrated his prowess, becoming one of history's most methodical and effective snipers. He was not only a master of camouflage, effectively blending into the ruins of Stalingrad, but also practiced changing locations after each shot. To conserve ammunition, he almost always secured a kill with a single shot. His effectiveness made him a valuable asset for Soviet propaganda, with Radio Moscow frequently highlighting him as an almost superhuman figure to bolster the army's morale. Beyond his skill as a sniper, Zaitsev excelled at gathering intelligence. He collected critical information on German booby traps and impending attacks, saving the lives of countless Soviet soldiers. According to accounts, the Germans, frustrated by Zaitsev's achievements, dispatched their top sniper, Erwin Koenig, to locate and eliminate him. Soviet propaganda asserted that Zaitsev won a 3-day duel against Koenig, ultimately killing him with a headshot. In January 1943, Zaitsev sustained severe injuries when he was nearly blinded by a mortar shell. Undeterred, he returned to the front lines and continued fighting until the Battle of the Silo Heights, known as the Gates of Berlin. He was wounded again, preventing him from participating in the final assault on Berlin. Under Stalin in 1951, Zaitsev was briefly imprisoned under suspicion of espionage but was later exonerated. He lived until 1991, passing away just 11 days before the dissolution of the Soviet Union. While the exact number of his confirmed kills is debated, it is generally estimated to be around 242. Lyudmila Pavlichenko, the story of Lady Death. Lyudmila Pavlichenko displayed exceptional marksmanship abilities from a young age. She honed her skills at a shooting club and earned the Voroshilov sharpshooter badge. In 1941, following Germany's invasion of the Soviet Union, Pavlichenko promptly enlisted in the Red Army. Despite her shooting certifications, she was initially assigned as a nurse. Determined to contribute her sharpshooting skills, she successfully convinced her superiors to transfer her to the 25th Rifle Division as a sniper. During the siege of Odessa, she fought for over 2 months, accumulating an impressive 187 confirmed kills. In June 1942, Pavlichenko sustained injuries from shrapnel and was evacuated to Moscow for recovery. Following her recuperation, she transitioned from combat to become a propagandist for the Red Army, earning the moniker Lady Death. In 1942, she embarked on a tour of the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom to advocate for the establishment of a second front against Nazi Germany. During her visit to the U.S., she met with Eleanor Roosevelt, the wife of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, urging Americans to support the Soviet war effort. After the war, Pavlichenko completed her academic studies, became a historian, and worked as a researcher for the Soviet Navy. She passed away in 1974 at the age of 58 due to a stroke, leaving behind a legacy of 309 confirmed kills. Francis Pegahmagabow, Canada's highly decorated Indigenous soldier. Francis Pegahmagabow holds the distinction of being the most decorated Indigenous soldier in Canadian military history and one of the most effective snipers of World War I. He is credited with 378 German soldiers killed and approximately 300 captured. Upon the outbreak of World War I, Pegahmagabow volunteered for the Canadian Expeditionary Force in August 1914. This was despite the fact that the Canadian government's discriminatory policies initially excluded minorities. Pegahmagabow was of Ojibwe descent. He was deployed overseas with the first contingent of Canadian troops sent to fight in Europe. He participated in the Second Battle of Ypres, where the Germans first employed chlorine gas on the Western Front. On August 30th, 1918, during the Battle of the Scarpe, Pegahmagabow faced a critical situation. Running low on ammunition and at risk of being surrounded, he performed a heroic act. Under intense machine gun and rifle fire, he ventured into no man's land to retrieve enough ammunition to enable his position to hold. This courageous act earned him a military medal, an honor bestowed on only 39 Canadians. In fact, he earned this award 3 times during his military career. Following the war, Pegahmagabow returned to Canada and became a prominent political activist, dedicating his life to fighting for Indigenous people's rights. Fyodor Okhlopkov, a resilient Soviet sniper. Fyodor Okhlopkov, born into a peasant family, was a Soviet sniper drafted into the Red Army in September 1941. Though initially serving as a machine gunner, not a sniper, he repeatedly returned to the front lines after sustaining 4 separate injuries. He rapidly increased his kill count, earning numerous medals for his achievements. Okhlopkov's tactics often involved extended duels with enemy snipers, demonstrating patience by waiting for them to abandon their concealed positions before engaging. He also became proficient in operating an anti-tank rifle and participated in reconnaissance missions beyond enemy lines. On June 7, 1944, Okhlopkov was recommended for the prestigious title of Hero of the Soviet Union for eliminating 420 enemy combatants. However, the nomination was ultimately downgraded to the Order of the Red Banner. Later that month, on June 23, 1944, he sustained a serious chest injury during intense combat near Belarus, marking his 12th combat injury. The severity of this injury rendered him unfit for service until the spring of the 1945, shortly before the war's conclusion. His final tally included 429 enemy soldiers killed with his sniper rifle, in addition to 27 eliminated with his machine gun. Upon returning to his hometown, many of his peers questioned why he hadn't been awarded the Gold Star, given his impressive sniper record. However, he later received increased recognition, eventually being awarded the title of Hero of the Soviet Union and the Order of Lenin. He passed away a few years later on May 28, 1968. Simo Häyhä, the legend of the White Death. Simo Häyhä, famously known as the White Death, was a Finnish sniper widely regarded as the deadliest sniper in history. He joined the Finnish Civil Guard at the young age of 17. His exceptional marksmanship was evident early on. It was said that his home was filled with shooting trophies, and he once achieved the remarkable feat of hitting a target 16 times from 492 feet away in just 1 minute. Häyhä's true skill, however, came to the forefront when the Winter War erupted in 1939, leading to his assignment to the Finland-Russia border. A distinguishing characteristic of Häyhä was his preference for iron sights over modern telescopic sights, believing that the latter's reflective properties could compromise his concealed position. He became a legendary figure among Soviet troops, renowned for his ability to remain concealed in the snow for extended periods, rendering himself nearly invisible. He even employed methods such as concealing his breath by holding snow in his mouth and packing snow around his body. The Soviets, unnerved by his growing reputation, employed artillery in an attempt to eliminate him. Despite these attacks, Häyhä survived, accumulating over 500 confirmed kills of Soviet soldiers in just 100 days, solidifying his status as the deadliest sniper in history. In March 1940, Häyhä sustained a severe injury when he was struck in the jaw by an explosive bullet. Remarkably, he survived. After enduring 26 surgeries to his face, he recovered and lived a long life, passing away in 2002 at the age of 96.
I don't think you'll be able to click on the next video until time runs out. 3, 2, 1, you're lost.